choose our socks for success in all endeavors. Fortunes rises from the heel, and good luck for life.
Good morning. Today is Wednesday, January 8, 2025. Today in history, on this day 83 years ago, British theoretical physicist, cosmologist, and scientific thinker Stephen Hawking was born. His notable works include A Brief History of Time, The Nature of Space and Time, and The Charm of the Future. His primary research areas focused on cosmology and black holes. He established the singularity theorem of general relativity and the black hole area theorem, and introduced the theory of black hole evaporation. Hawking also contributed to the unbounded Hawking model of the universe. Welcome to today's Ching Chow Morning News. Let's start with political updates. South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol approved for arrest. Yonhap News reported that a South Korean court recently approved an arrest warrant for President Yoon Suk-yeol on suspicion of civil unrest. This marks the first time in South Korea's constitutional history that an arrest warrant has been issued against a sitting president. The Joint Investigation Headquarters, including the Senior Public Officials Crime Investigation Service, Police, and Ministry of Defense Investigation Headquarters, had requested the Seoul Western District Court to detain President Yoon. The Senior Public Officials Criminal Investigation Bureau had issued 3 summonses to Yoon for suspected civil unrest leadership and abusing power to obstruct rights, but Yoon did not respond. According to South Korea's criminal procedure law, refusal to cooperate with an investigation allows authorities to apply for an arrest warrant for compulsory investigation. Over 30,000 Syrians return from Turkey. According to Agence France-Presse, Turkish Interior Minister Yoon recently stated that over 30,000 Syrians have returned to their homeland since the collapse of the Assad government, with 30% of them born in Turkey. The Syrian civil war, which began in 2011, led to a large refugee exodus, with Turkey hosting nearly 3 million Syrians. Syrian opposition forces, led by Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, overthrew the Assad government, and many refugees now plan to return. Yoon noted that most Syrian refugees in Turkey are from Aleppo. Turkey will open an immigration office in Aleppo in the first half of 2025, allowing Syrians to leave and re-enter Turkey up to 3 times. U.S. provides $2.5 billion aid to Ukraine. According to Reuters, the United States recently announced a $2.5 billion security assistance plan to Ukraine, allowing the Pentagon to send weapons from its inventory to the battlefield. These include drones, high-mobility rocket system ammunition, optically guided missiles, and anti-tank weapon systems. This follows the U.S. announcement in early December 2024 of nearly $1 billion in drones, ammunition, and equipment for Ukraine. The outgoing Biden administration aims to deliver as much aid as possible before Trump takes office in January. Trump has criticized U.S. support for Ukraine, claiming he could achieve a ceasefire within hours. Russia stops natural gas supply to Moldova. According to Reuters, Gazprom announced it will suspend natural gas supplies to Moldova from January 2025 due to Moldova's refusal to repay its debt arrears. Gazprom has informed Moldova's natural gas company of the decision. Russia supplies around 2 billion cubic meters of natural gas to Moldova annually, which is transported through Ukrainian pipelines to the separatist Transnistria region for power generation and then sold to government-controlled areas. Ukraine has already stated it will not extend its natural gas transit contract with Gazprom. Moldova and Transnistria have declared a state of emergency in preparation for long-term power outages due to the gas supply disruption. Myanmar is the world's largest opium producer. According to the Myanmar Opium Survey 2024, Cultivation, Production and Impact report by the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, Myanmar harvested 1,080 tons of opium in 2023, surpassing Afghanistan to become the world's largest opium producer. The report highlights that Shan State remains the largest opium-producing region in Myanmar, accounting for 88% of the national total. While opium poppy cultivation in Kachin State decreased by 10%, Chin State, particularly near the India border, saw an 18% increase, becoming the fastest-growing area for opium cultivation. The UNODC warns that improved cultivation methods and adaptive supply chains heighten the risk of further drug spread. Biden pledges necessary aid for South Korea plane crash. According to Agence France-Presse, U.S. President Biden offered assistance to South Korea following the recent air crash. The U.S. National Transportation Safety Board will lead an investigation team, including Boeing and the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration, to work with South Korean officials. Jeju Air Flight 7C-2216 overshot the runway at Muan International Airport in South Jeolla Province, hitting the airport wall and catching fire. The crash killed 179 people, with only 2 crew members surviving. This was Jeju Airlines' first fatal accident. The crashed aircraft was a Boeing 737-800, and both the flight data recorder and cockpit voice recorder have been recovered. Singapore retains 259 ancient trees. Lianhe Zhaobao reported that 259 large trees in Singapore were recently selected as preserved ancient trees. Some of these trees witnessed Singapore's first National Day ceremony and the Declaration of Independence by founding Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew. The Singapore National Parks Board launched the Old Tree Project in 2001 to promote ecological conservation and raise public awareness of trees. Trees selected for preservation are chosen based on criteria such as trunk thickness, botanical, social, historical, and cultural value. For example, 22 rain trees near the government building on Leisure Avenue, which have remained undisturbed by construction, are part of this initiative and serve as historical witnesses. According to the Securities Times, international gold prices have set new historical records 40 times this year, and total gold demand surpassed $100 billion for the first time in the third quarter. That's all for today's Ching Chow Morning News. Thanks for watching. Join us at the same time tomorrow.